The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
And a good Friday morning to everybody. Senior producer Ryan Nicholson is in charge of things this morning. Guarantee Bank Hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. We're in the Jarrett Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit jarrett-construction.com. Phone calls to the show. A service of Guarantee Bank, 1320 Kanawha Boulevard East in Charleston. Guarantee Bank, your community, your bank, your story. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store. Tony the Taylor, Virginia Street, Charleston. Tony, welcoming in USA Cycling Pro Road Championships to town this week. Now, slightly abbreviated hours will be open 10 to 3 today, closed tomorrow. So you still got a little bit of time to get in and get those Father's Day gifts and take advantage of Tony's clearance sale as well. Check out TonyTheTaylor.com or his Facebook page. Friday morning, TGIF, we've made it to the weekend. Juneteenth, of course, federal holiday. No mail. A lot closed today. And, of course, tomorrow is West Virginia Day on the calendar, which is being observed today. So I'm just going to tell you, not a lot of people at work today. All right. I'm here, though. Ryan's here, and my guests are here. Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes says the storms and nastiness from yesterday behind us. We are in the sun today. Going to be quite comfortable with a high around 80. Great weather for the Juneteenth parade and events in Charleston today. Beautiful night tonight for Live on the Levee. USA Cycling Pro Road National Championships, et cetera, et cetera. Going to dip down to the mid-50s overnight tonight. Beautiful weekend for all the stuff going on tomorrow, including Tour de Cole and Yak Fest. Sunday tomorrow, temps in the low 80s, sunny and warmer. Sunday should be in the upper 80s before the rain's back on Monday. Follow Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes on air and online. Download the Metro News television app to check out Metro News weather. And speaking of Mr. Hughes, worked the boy to death yesterday with all the nasty weather. He's going to join us in the place of Jim Strawn this morning to talk about Live on the Levee, that is. Several of our stations will be doing live broadcasts at Nitro Fireworks over the next few days. We're going to talk about that just a little bit with the fine folks at Nitro Fireworks and as they get ready for the 4th and for America 250. Also, big stuff going on at the Clay Center. We'll talk to Taylor Gue of the Clay Center about that. Loaded up show. Your calls and texts are always welcome, though. Guarantee Bank Hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. Let's welcome in now Angie Gillenwater from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association with this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week, sponsored by Almost Heaven and Tears. Angie, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here.
Lots going on. Have you had an opportunity to take in the USA biking event in Charleston at all?
I have not, because we have been way too busy with the amount of animals we're caring for.
And I want to talk about that a little bit later on, but I do want to get to our Pet of the Week first. As always, picture posted, Dave Allen Radio on Facebook and the WCHS Network Facebook page, as well as at Dave870 on X. Tell us about Rilo. Am I pronouncing that right? And where does the name come from? Anytime I hear one of these names, I always defer to you, or I look through the glass of producer Ryan to see, got anything on Rilo from your world? Okay, he doesn't know it. It's an interesting name, though. Rilo is the dog. Tell us all about Rilo.
So he came to KCHA as a stray. He's about 4 years old. He is already neutered and up to date on his vaccines. He plays best with female dogs. He's not really a guy's guy. He really likes the ladies. He is housebroken, and we would probably advise a home with older children, 10 and up, just because he does have some of those stranger danger qualities where he's not a big fan of, a lot of loud noises, right, new people coming in, all that. But he is an excellent dog, and like I said, his adoption fee has been sponsored. He's $0 to take home.
And just because you say that he's not a fan of, maybe necessarily loud noises or things that nature, doesn't mean he's a bad dog. You're just kind of warning people that and look, you can put him with a young kid and he may be just fine, but just to be on the safe side, or maybe, if you have a child, bring your child up there and kind of test it out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. the behavior that he has may change in a different environment. The shelter is pretty loud and noisy. It's just, not the place that dogs really thrive, if you will. So all of these things may change in a home environment. He may love kids and he may, love every dog he sees, but those are the things we know now. So if you are thinking about Rilo and you want to, kind of ask questions about your home life with him, we are absolutely happy to do meet and greets and, walk you through how that should look.
And we'll talk about Rilo a little bit later on. Again, if you want to see his picture, go over to Dave Allen Radio on Facebook or at Dave A70 on X, also the WCHS Network Facebook page. You got some good and some I don't want to say bad news this week, Angie, because let's start with the good news, but it's created a little bit of a problem, but we'll get through it. Talk about the good news you got this week. You got a new veterinarian coming to the shelter.
We do have a new veterinarian. She will be starting soon. I won't share her name or anything just yet until she gets a formal introduction, but we're super excited. She should be starting, I think it was mid or late July. So that is really exciting. Fix Charleston, our low-cost spay-neuter clinic, is going to be operational again. So we're very excited to, number one, have her join our staff, but also get back to helping spay and neuter and vaccinate the community animals that need our help, that already have a place to call home, but, just need that extra help with spay, neuter, vaccines, medicines, things like that. All
right, so that's the good news. And again, the other news is, I guess, I don't want to say it's a good problem to have. I'll let you explain it, but, you're going to have some overcrowding issues. And you already have overcrowding issues. Now you're going to have more overcrowding issues.
Yes. So I've worked at the shelter for about 7 years. The number of animals that we're caring for right now is the highest I have seen in that 7-year period. We're about 20 to 25 animals away from hitting 600 animals in our care, which is an insane amount. And we have been using our Fix Charleston kennels as an overflow space for these dogs that need us, that need to come in. But with Fix Charleston opening back up and, the public animals needing those kennels while they're there for surgery or what have you, that means the animal shelter, KCHA, we cannot use those overflow kennels. So right now, I think yesterday we had about 11 dogs in those overflow kennels. So you could say we're technically negative 11 on spacing for dogs.
And I know that you put them in offices and the ones that can be in those environments, of course. And you guys over the years have put them a lot of different places up there.
So anywhere that a dog can safely live, we will put them. We have, dogs living in bathrooms, our offices, like you said. We actually also have a dog. He is a smaller dog, so it's not a huge issue, but he is living in a pop-up crate. Which is just, a typical dog crate you put your dog in when you go to work. He's living in one of those because we have no kennel for him.
All right. Well, and, obviously we want to get some of these animals adopted, Angie, but just doing some fostering would help you guys out a little bit, too.
Yes, absolutely. So fostering is a great way to help us without, getting that 10-year commitment to the animal that you're taking home. Fostering is very short term if you want it to be. And we get a lot of information of how they are in a home, which in turn can, catch somebody's eye that, this dog is confirmed good with cats, kids, and other dogs. He came to my house. I know that. That can catch the eye of an adopter very
Well, and that's
quickly.
where you get that information from, because as you said before, so it's really hard for you folks to be able to tell the personality of an animal when they're at the shelter. And so when they get into somebody's home or apartment or whatever, and they get to, go out in the yard or whatever, their personalities, Angie, are totally going to change.
Yes, absolutely. They 100% are.
You have an overabundance of cats too, right?
So cats, the cats are
I've got her flustered already.
Yeah, the cats are typically not a huge issue. They get adopted very quickly.
Okay.
We have cats literally everywhere in our building, which is, again, the first time I've seen that. Of every single place to put cats is full. Plus, there are hundreds more out in foster care. So, and then there were some dropped in a crate this morning when we got to the shelter. So it's just a never-ending cycle for us with cats.
Other than fostering and adoption, what are you folks in need of right now as far as supplies go? Because I know, with all this overabundance of animals that you've got there, you're going to have a lot of needs from the cleaning supplies and the foods and so on and so forth. Is there any certain thing right now?
Right now we have a lot of mouths to feed, so any type of Purina dry food product, any type of wet food for cats or dogs. It can be any brand. We're not picky. And then we're always going to need cleaning supplies such as laundry detergent, dishwashing liquid, paper towels. If you can clean with it, we'll take it.
You guys out anywhere this weekend?
Tonight we're actually going to be at Hagee's Irish Pub downtown there from 5 to 7 p.m.
All right, so if you're going to be out and about, and everybody is between Live on the Levee and the racing and everything going on in Charleston, go to Hagee's Irish Pub. So you'll be down there, with some animals, I should say. You got the animals at the bar there with you, right? I mean, they can just order up a stout or something, right? I'm kidding. Yeah. We don't recommend that. A couple of texts for you. Angie, is there any info on the dogs that were left in the apartments while their owner was in jail for a week?
What's funny about that, there's a couple different situations that are that. So I'm not sure which particular situation they are referring to. However, I know all of the groups that came in like that are still at the shelter. We do have to hold them on a mandatory hold. Mm-hmm. And then once that holds up, they can be placed available for adoption. So as of right now, they are still on their mandatory hold, but will be available soon if no one comes to get them.
Tex wants to know, are there any updates on the status of a new shelter?
So we are in the works. That is officially going to launch here soon. You can see the details for that, I'm sure, probably everywhere once it does launch. But the new shelter will be happening, but we will need the community support to make that happen.
All right, and the final text for you says that they suggest getting with the school board or with the county commission, possibly getting some of those portable classrooms that are not being used.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. However, I am not sure where we would put it on our property because if it's not a flood zone, then it's a space that absolutely is necessary for the public to use for parking. So, but I can mention that and we can try to work something out as we always do. So.
All right. Angie, I appreciate it, and we'll talk again next week. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Angie Gillenwater, Kanawha Charleston Humane Association, with this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. Rilo is his name. You can see his picture at Dave Allen Radio at the WCHS Network Facebook pages as well, and at Dave A70 on X. Rilo is around 70 pounds. He's neutered. He's housebroken. Would probably do best with female dogs and around 4 years old. So he's a beautiful dog. Go take a look at his picture. Better yet, adopt Rilo, foster some of these animals, do what you can to help him out. And join me every Friday morning, 9:06 for the Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association, brought to you by the good folks at Almost Heaven Interiors, family owned and proudly serving the community for over 50 years. They specialize in custom blinds, shades, shutters, upholstery, and beautifully crafted sewn goods, homes to hospitals, classrooms to commercial spaces. They do it all. They're located at 516 D Street in South Charleston. I tell you, man, there's if you are looking for something to do this weekend, you ain't got to go far to find it anywhere in the Kanawha Valley. You know everything that's going on in Charleston. We got the Tour de Cole going on and Yak Fest in St. Albans. Big event going on at the South Charleston Farmers Market with the West Virginia Music Hall of Fame. All these things going on this weekend. Live on the Levee is tonight. Bryan Hughes is going to sit in for Jim Strawn to tell us about Live on the Levee when we come back on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
The Dave Allen Show is presented in part by Generations Ford in Hurricane, part of the Eric J. Tarr family of businesses.
My name's Chris Miller. I'm president of Dutch Miller Automotive. Jarrett Construction completely renovated and helped redesign Dutch Miller Kia in South Charleston. The fit and the finish and the quality of the project is exceptional. He has an attention to detail and an eye for that kind of stuff. You always want to give your best to your customer. It's just as important to him as it is to you. If you're ever looking to build anything, I'd call Jarrett Construction because you know exactly you're going to get something excellent every single time.
Call on Jarrett Construction. At Poca Valley, your savings deserve Simply More. The Simply More Money Market is designed for people who want growth, flexibility, and convenient access to their money when they need it most. Whether you're building your savings or planning for the future, Poca Valley is here to help you make the most of every dollar. Ready to learn more? Visit PocaValleyBank.com, call 844-782-2651, or stop into your nearest Poca Valley branch today. At Poca Valley, relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Running a business in the Kanawha Valley means dealing with a lot at once. Customers, employees, deadlines, and 100 little problems that pop up during the day. Technology shouldn't be one of them. At Next Level Technologies, we help Charleston area businesses keep their systems secure, backed up, and running smoothly so the workday stays on track. If you're spending too much time dealing with computer problems, it may be time for a better approach. Learn more at nextleveltech.com. Next Level Technologies, practical IT, strategic outcomes.
Summer has arrived, but high school football season is coming soon to Metro News TV. Get the latest previews with Joe Bricato's Summer Tour, plus your favorite daily shows and State of Mind. Download the app on your smart TV or streaming device and get more information at wvmetronewstv.com. Metro News Television is powered by Dan Cava Toyota, the WVHTC Foundation, and WVU Medicine.
That's the sounds of the official party band of the Dave Allen Show, Amos Steele. They'll be out at about a lot of places this summer, so be sure and check them out when you can. It is 9:24. Coming up a little bit later on, we're going to talk to Taylor Gue from the Clay Center. Also, Nitro Fireworks folks are going to stop by.
Ooh, I've got a story about that.
I bet you do. You've always got a story about everything. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Look who's here. It's not Jim Strawn in his place. It's Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes to talk about Live on the Levee.
Well, the river came up at the Levee the other day, and all that we found left over was a microphone. Jim Strawn was gone.
Please don't say that. Strawn is...
No, he gets it. He likes that joke, just so we're clear.
Okay, yeah. the only thing was a microphone and some hair gel.
Right.
Where the fish can't live anymore.
And it seemed like there was spray tan that was left over as
everywhere.
well.
Yeah. The fish came up looking like George Hamilton.
Right.
You know, we don't exactly...
They're singing and dancing.
Hold on.
It's better than algae in the reflecting pond.
That is
correct. We just turned this into like open mic night. TJ Meadows, who's not supposed to go on till 10:06, is in here hanging out with us as well. All right, Live on the Levee is tonight. Ben, I mentioned this earlier. First of all, are we clear from the nasty weather, Hughes?
Yes, we're clear. We're good to go. Nothing to worry about.
It was a bad day
awesome.
here in West Virginia. A lot of places. Not as bad as what it could have been. We've seen worse. But it was in some areas, and really not so much in the Kanawha Valley, but other areas of the state.
Right.
Southern West Virginia, on places like Calhoun County, and some of those places got hit really hard on into Ohio as well.
Yeah, you could draw a line from Point Pleasant to Kaiser, and either side of that line, about 40, 50 miles, there was some pretty nasty weather there. Right. But and then of course across parts of Logan County, and then down into Raleigh County. But hey, today the sun is breaking out from those clouds. It's going to have mostly sunny afternoon. Going to be nice.
I mean, that video that I shared, and I think it's in the Metro News story from yesterday. I put it on my page as well, in front of the radio station where I worked for 20 years in Logan. I mean, you're used to seeing things flying around like that in certain areas, but you're not used to just seeing things flying down Main Street like it was yesterday.
Even Main Street was like, we're donating trash cans down to 4th Avenue, you know.
I mean, some of the businesses in Logan are probably thinking, what exactly was going on here? We didn't have this on our bingo card.
No.
And there's some really interesting, strange businesses in Logan that have been in the past.
Right. I mean, listen, what happened was that was a Freedom Fest cleanup.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't started. Oh, getting ready for the Freedom Fest.
Everybody, Mother Nature was like, we need to clean this place up a little bit.
All right. So there's so much going on. I know V100, I think, and if I'm wrong about this, you can correct me. I'm trying to keep all of our schedules straight the next couple of days. V100 is going to be at Shawnee tonight for the movie night.
That is correct. Yes.
The Juneteenth parade is going on in Charleston. All the other stuff with that at Slack Plaza. Of course, the bikes. Tomorrow, Tour de Cole and Yak Fest. The North-South baseball game. The basketball games are tonight. Football games will be tomorrow. The garden party with the West Virginia Music Hall of Fame is Sunday at the South Charleston Farmers Market. Man, it is a lot.
It is going to be a lot. I mean,
there's a lot of stuff.
I left downtown this morning to run to my doctor's office because I have lead poisoning, which is...
Of course you do.
Right. Who has it these days? I do.
Yeah.
But I ran down there.
What's next? Scurvy?
Right.
Rickets? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen to Bryan Hughes.
Right. Even my doctor said the same thing.
Yeah.
You come in with the weirdest crap into this office. So.
He's got a misplaced Doppler.
Right.
Strained his Doppler.
But no, I left town. I left downtown, and I tried to get back to the radio station, and I just ran a block to make sure I could get here on time. So, that's the thing. What Matt has said, what I've said, Matt Sutton, is that if you say there's nothing to do, you're crazy.
Right. And just know that in downtown Charleston today, it is going to be difficult to get around. Some of the, I guess if there's any positive to, well, there is a lot of positive.
A lot of positive.
But no, a lot of positive. What I was going to say was, if there's any saving grace, maybe that's what I'm looking for, is that a lot of people aren't working today because of Juneteenth,
right.
Or West Virginia Day, because some places are observing West Virginia Day, which is tomorrow. They're observing this day. Today is a federal holiday with Juneteenth. So there's not as many bodies trying to get to work, as what I'm trying to say, is what they're normally doing.
And they're taking advantage of this for the bike races today. But for this evening, the Moses Auto Group Live on the Levee is happening. It's going to be awesome with Taylor Gue. He's taking the show on bomb stage. Now, just so you know, I was talking to Woody Woods about this, and he said that he was part of Black Star, which was a duo with Mos Def. So,
all right.
And by the way, because I'm a good guy, I said, how do you say his name?
Talib Kweli.
So, there you go.
There you go. Straight from Woody Woods.
Straight from Woody Woods. I said, I want to make sure I get this right. But let me tell you something. As Woody said, it's going to be rocking down the stage tonight.
Yeah.
So he's going to be there with Jordan Dreyer trio, the Jordan Dreyer trio, which is going to be opening up the evening. That music kicks off at 6:30. Headliner taking the stage at 8 p.m. Now, obviously, Live on the Levee is going to be a little hampered on the food stuff, but because the food trucks can't be up on the boulevard, grease, all that. There are a number of things that you have to think about. But we're not worried about that, because guess what? There's Rolls on the River, and that's going to be happening down here.
I didn't even mention that.
Right, and that is from 5 to 9. So down here, it's going to be between Court Street and Clendenin. So in front of TC Energy. You've got the law firm there, as well as the county courthouse. All that. I mean, pepperoni rolls like crazy. Now, are they going to be the Tony the Taylor version, or are they going to be?
Don't get Paranzino started about that.
Right,
because in the eyes of Tony,
it is
Paranzino,
a stick of sausage,
stick of pepperoni with no cheese.
That is correct.
That's the only kind of pepperoni roll that is legit in the eyes of Tony Vitello.
So he is going to be offended in a number of instances, but people have their own variety of what's a pepperoni roll.
But he says, don't call it a pepperoni roll.
Right. You call it a nice little
Stromboli.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
But Rolls in the River is going to be happening. That's from 5 to 9. So there's going to be all kinds of, West Virginia centric food that's going to be happening. That's going to be awesome. And the 50-50 drawing is going to be happening as well. And it benefits the Kanawha Valley Collective. You have the Juneteenth stuff. Obviously, the USA Pro Cycling, Miles for Minds, and then get ready. The rest of the weekend, Saturday's going to be awesome. Sunday's going to be really awesome. That road race on that day, plus up at Bridge Road Shops, going to be a fun time.
Now, I guess yesterday evening, depending on where you live, there were some showers that popped up a little bit.
Yes.
I was not in downtown Charleston last night, was there rain in downtown Charleston?
Yeah, we had a few showers, but it showered like twice, I would say. And I was with Maggie, who was working the camera on there at Hale Street on the Flow Sports broadcast yesterday, and she put the rain gear on it, and she was like, I almost didn't need it. But because that's the kind of shower it was. But we had a couple of those. It was a great time last night. Great time.
I saw the pictures. I mean, I was at an event. By the way, I'm going to give a big shout out to the folks at Randolph Engineering in Putnam County. They had their 50th celebration last night. 50 years in business last night. Little event there with the Putnam County Chamber of Commerce. Give a big shout out to Grace and the fine folks at Randolph Engineering. They are fine people there.
Well, they're all good folks. By the way, listen, it was a great time last night. Just had a couple of showers, which really just kept the temperature in check. Really nice. I can't wait for Criterium next year again, because it's going to be awesome. But you have Nitro Fireworks coming up next, don't you?
Yeah, in the next segment, we'll talk about about Nitro Fireworks.
I want to make one note about that.
Yeah.
And that is, they have such good fireworks that U.S. Coast Guard thought that the fireworks I was blowing off of my boat on Christmas, they thought they were commercial fireworks. They were so good. Mm-hmm. And they yelled on the radio to cease and desist. This was not part of the permit. And I looked back and I went, boys, blow them all up right now. And we gave them a show.
And that's how you got lead poisoning.
Yes, that is correct.
No, that's not how you got lead poisoning.
but that's how. But what I'm saying is, that's how good their fireworks are. That the Coast Guard thought they were commercial grade fireworks.
All right, good stuff there. And again, I'll tell people, if you are coming to Charleston today for any of these events, or if you're planning on coming to do shopping, whatever, just be patient.
But have fun.
Because there are a lot of closures and a lot of, back roads takings and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure people know that.
I drove through alleys that I have never driven through today to get here. So learn where.
And you've been in Charleston for some time, so you've learned to
14 years. I've been through a lot of alleys in Charleston, but I've not been through some of those alleys I just drove through today.
All right, Bryan Hughes live on the Levee tonight. Now, is the Beat going to be there tonight?
Beat's going to be there. 107.3 The Beats.
All right, so the Beat's going to be there tonight.
Hip hops and throwbacks.
Yeah, and so I mean, we're everywhere the next couple days, man. It's going to be between all the stations. I mean, I think we're places this morning. I think, as a matter of fact,
actually, that's where Woody's out doing stuff right now.
Yeah.
That's why he couldn't be here to do this. So they sent one of the whiter guys in to do this. And I said, Woody, I said, I got this. He goes, oh, buddy, you got it.
All right. I want to get your opinion on something real quick before I let you go. I know you got things to do. I don't know whether you heard the Bloomberg money report leading into the show or not this morning. Apparently people are going on Etsy and they're purchasing these things like witches to keep to make sure their weathers are good. The weather's good for their wedding. I just caught it literally as I was setting up everything here, for the show. And apparently that's the thing now. People, and I don't even know anything about Etsy, but people are going on and they're purchasing, basically they're going through some kind of
voodoo doll
voodoos, witch, warlock kind of things in order to make sure that their weather is good. I mean, do you offer that service as a meteorologist?
I do. I do a rain dance 1 month prior. But you know what? I was at a Georgia wedding, and you're part of Appalachia. And they said there is an Appalachian ritual in which you bury a bottle of scotch 1 month prior to your wedding at the site in which your wedding vows are going to be exchanged.
Okay.
Now, this is difficult if you're going to do it in a church, which you should never do it in church. Go do something outside.
Oh, okay.
But if you do it there, and they buried it 1 month to the day right by the lake in Georgia. And guess what? Beautiful blue skies.
Okay.
Perfect wedding.
Oh, there you go.
I got pictures to prove it.
All right.
I look good.
Of course you do. All right, meteorologist Bryan Hughes, appreciate you being here, man. See you live on the Levee tonight. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. I've got the boat down there.
25 minutes away from 10. Dave Allen Show on 580 Line, brought to you in part by Husson's Pizza. This month, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and any whole 10-inch sub. $23. Find your nearest Husson's for dine-in delivery or pick up at Husson'sPizza.com. We are going to talk about the folks at Nitro Fireworks when we come back on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you looking for a technical job in the medical field? Generations is growing and looking to add on job-trained physical therapy techs to our rehab team. To apply, visit one of our 7 convenient locations or simply click on us at generationspt.com.
Charleston, there's a new bank in town, but it's built on something timeless: relationships. Guarantee Bank is now open on the Boulevard, bringing community banking back to the Kanawha Valley. We're local decision makers, real people, and a team that understands West Virginia business. Whether you're growing your company, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help. Stop by our new Charleston branch at 1320 Kanawha Boulevard and experience banking the way it should be. Guarantee Bank, where community comes first.
Why do so many West Virginians choose the Payton Law Firm after an injury? Because Tom and Harvey Payton are from here, and they fight for their neighbors every day. When you're dealing with an injury claim, you need experience, straight answers, and results you can trust. Don't let insurance companies or out-of-state firms push you around. Call 755-5556 or visit PaytonLawFirm.com.
The attorneys referenced in this ad are lifelong residents and are licensed to practice law in the state of West Virginia.
Encoa Insurance proudly presents the Charleston Stern Wheel Regatta. Stern Wheel boat rides, wiener dog races, plus live entertainment with Winona and Melissa Etheridge.
No one else on earth.
Bow Wow, Montel Jordan, and Bobby Brown. Chase Leadford, Brett Michaels, Vertical Horizon and Tonic, and the largest fireworks show in West Virginia history. All going down at the Charleston Stern Wheel Regatta, July 2nd through the 5th. You got a regatta.
580 WCHS is a proud regatta sponsor.
Check them out. They're all over the place this summer. It's Amos Steel Band, the official band of the Dave Allen Show. 23 minutes away from 10. Senior producer Ryan Nicholson in charge of things this morning. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by the all-new Generations Ford of Hurricane. Visit generationsford.com. We're going to check in with our good friend Taylor with the Clay Center coming up in just a bit. I told you earlier I was going to sit down with the folks at Nitro Fireworks. Thought it would be Conrad. Conrad has actually more shipments of stuff coming in this morning. So in his place, from the WVRC Media Sales Weasel Department, Colonel Ron Hughes. How you doing, man?
Good. Thank you, Dave, for having me on. I appreciate it.
So Conrad must be over there working hard this morning, because I had him scheduled to be on the show, and then you come in and this morning and you said, well, he's got stuff going on and he got stuff coming in, so Conrad's not going to join us this morning.
You could understand this time of year. Yeah. It's, when all of the shipments are coming in and probably things are going out of the store as fast as they're coming in. So he had a lot of shipments. Big deal for them. They want to celebrate America's 250th birthday. So in order to do that, they needed to have more fireworks on hand and, of course, more staff. But in order to make this bigger, better, and badder, they had to put an addition on the building. So they've got about another 2,000 square feet of fireworks. More stuff.
Where is the building for people that don't know?
It is a brick and mortar building, so you don't have to worry about being in a tent or something like that. Once you get out of your car, you go inside, you're in a building. So it's fairly exclusive for this market. It's in Nitro at 728 First Avenue South in Nitro. So if you were going to be getting off at the Institute exit of I-64, you would hang and go west towards Nitro and St. Albans. And before you get to the Nitro St. Albans Bridge, they're on the left.
Okay. All right. So, and you happen to know their hours, what their hours are?
They are open 9 to 9, through the holiday period.
Okay. Is that 7 days a week? Or
yes,
I'm sure the information is available on their social media
It is on
page.
the website, but they are open 7 days a week, and they'll be open on the 4th of July itself. Okay. Just to get you taken care of.
What did in your conversations with Ron, or with Conrad, I should say, Ron, did he tell you what, is there something like that's really hot this year, something new, something everybody's, that's the I gotta get kind of thing?
Well, he was I think he's trying to be a little bit mysterious because there's so many good things. You can go on the website and kind of look at what they got, but there's some great things in the store. And I went and took a look at the inventory. It's like massive. Anything you could think of, they've got it there. Family packs, aerial fireworks, fountains, even fireworks show kits, which might have been what Bryan, my cousin from Texas, seventh cousin, 4 times removed.
Okay.
But they've got those fiberglass racks with tubes and spacers, just about anything you could think of in the fireworks department. It's there. And, they're a legitimate year-round organization. If something goes wrong, they're there to back it up. It's people I trust, and I've grown to know them over the last 4 or 5 years. These are real local people who are part of the community.
Yeah, we want to make sure people understand that this is not, I'm not throwing shade on anybody. I'm saying this is not the people that just come in from God knows where and set up a tent. And,
they're
you don't
permanent.
know, and you don't know what you're getting, and whether it's even legal, or whatever. And these are local people that have this. The Conrad and these folks, they're local people that have this particular business, Ron.
Yeah, they're open year round, and they're safety certified. If you in fact, I encourage you to go to their website at nitrofireworkswv.com. You can look at an item, on the tab about safety and see all of the safety techniques you should follow to have a good show where nobody gets hurt.
And that's the important thing. All right, Ron Hughes is here. I know that a lot of our stations are going to be out there broadcasting live.
Right.
So do you know?
We'll have 2 today at noon.
Okay.
There'll be The Beat and V100 at noon to 2.
Okay.
And then at 5 to 7 will be The Mountain and KWS, Superstar Country.
And Shockley's going to be handling that, I think.
Shockley will be there.
And I'm assuming Rob for for KWS?
As far as I know, it's Rob for KWS, Logan for V100, Woody Woods for The Beat. Okay. So we've got all the superstars.
But I'm here.
We have all the superstars.
That's exactly what I thought you were going to say.
All the legitimate talent will be there.
All right, Ron. Thanks, man. I appreciate
My pleasure.
it. That's Colonel Ron Hughes. And again, you can go and check out the fine folks at Nitro Fireworks. And again, get your stuff. Do it safely, though. Do it safely.
You know why they call me the Colonel? Because you think you're Elvis. And
yeah, that's exactly right.
And I pander your talents to anybody that's willing to fork out $7.50 or $15.
And also, you're not allowed to leave the country. So there's that.
There's that,
Just
too.
like Colonel Ron Parker. All right, 9:43. I appreciate you being here, Mr. Hughes. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Head on over to those folks over and talk to them over at Nitro Fireworks. And again, our stations will be broadcasting live from there. 4 of those stations will be broadcasting live, 2 of them at noon and 2 of them at 5 o'clock today at Nitro Fireworks. I want to tell you about something else that we are doing, teaming up with another one of our fine sponsors, Trojan Landing Marina Power Sports. And we're doing this Ride and Riches game, and it's your chance to win a Segway UT6M side-by-side and $1,000 in cash. Now, you can register at a variety of locations. Trojan Landing Marina Power Sports are title sponsor, Captain Holstein's Family Entertainment Center, A to Z Outlet, Eddie's Tire and Service in Poker or Winfield, Shuckers of St. Albans, 7th Boutique and Beauty Bar, Mardi Gras Casino, Family Healthcare Centers of Charleston and Tays Valley, Donut Connection in Kanawha City, Blanche's Diner in Clendenin, Charleston Cut Flour, Running Boards and more, the Red Carpet Lounge, Members Choice Federal Credit Union, A-Game Wellness, the Pitch Sports Bar and Grill, Village Heirlooms, and Tractor Pros. Those are some of the places that you can register and stop in and register. And then about a week or so ahead of time, our staff here, we will draw some names out, and then we'll call you and tell you that you're a finalist, and you got to plan to join us at Trojan Landing Marina Power Sports on Saturday the 18th at 10 a.m. to see who's going to win that ride. And it is a sweet ride, folks. It's a Segway UT6M side-by-side, plus we're going to throw in $1,000 in cash as well. Register at any of those fine locations. 16 minutes away from 10, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. They've been on the road all this week. They're back at Gomart Ballpark, though, next Tuesday night to start a series against York. Visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com. We'll take a break. Coming up, we are going to check in. I got some texts to get to. We'll get to those here momentarily. And we're going to check in with our good friend Taylor Gue from the Clay Center to see what's going on there on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses care for your family.
At Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane, 10 years means more than just an anniversary. It means 10 years of trust, 10 years of service, and 10 years of building lasting relationships with drivers throughout our community. So what's the secret to longevity in the car business? Well, if you ask Gene and Ryan, they're going to tell you that it's pretty simple. You see, that's because they built their business the old-fashioned way, by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals. Like right now, you can take up to $11,000 off MSRP on a new Ram 1500 and then finance it at just 2.9% APR for 72 months for qualified buyers. And that's just one of the great deals that you're going to find during their 10th anniversary sale that's going on right now. As a matter of fact, they have marked down vehicles all across the lot to celebrate their first of many decades in business. So take that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, just off the Hurricane exit of I-64. Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
Hi, this is Charles Belcher. My family's business has been making homes, offices, schools, hospitals, and more safer, more comfortable, and better looking for half a century. If you are in the market for custom window blinds, shades, shutters, furniture reupholstery, draperies, and decorator fabrics, then visit us at Almost Heaven Interiors, 516 D Street in South Charleston, or call 304-744-7097. From the panhandles to the coal fields and beyond, every stitch, every detail, perfect, every time at Almost Heaven Interiors.
Sounds of the Aim of Steel Band coming to a party near you. So they bring the party with them when they come to town. And if you need a band for something, just look them up on Facebook. They're not hard to find. Aim of Steel Band. And if you like that good, I call it, it's a kind of Southern rock. One of their guys called it Molly Hatchet meets Black Sabbath, I think. What a combination that is. But if you need a band for an event, Call those guys, Amos Steel Band. They are fantastic. 13 minutes away from 10. Unless I got a couple texts, and we'll talk to Taylor from the Clay Center. Text says, Dave, the reflecting pool is really reflecting the incompetence of the Trump administration. Every decision, every brag, every assertion on the pool has completely flubbed. There's been a lot of metaphors for this administration's incompetence, but this one is probably the most on the nose, says the texter. Text says, Dave, everyone talks about the animal shelter needing donations, but don't forget about the Fix 'em Clinic. They help out in taking on the non-emergency cases the shelter is unable to do right now due to the overflow. But they are in desperate need of things like cleaning products, towels, washcloths, food, and litter. Also, please remember these great neighbors. Indeed, Fix 'em Clinic. Do appreciate the text. Let's bring in Taylor Gue from the Clay Center. Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
What do you have going on? This has been a bulletin board today on the show of all the activities going on, everything from not only in Charleston, but the surrounding areas. So we'll throw you in the mix. What's the Clay Center got going on?
Well, we are rearing up to celebrate our state's wonderful birthday tomorrow. We've got events going on all day as well as in the evening. For our families, we have our Fairy Tales and Fables event tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We will have Putnam Princess Parties is bringing a bunch of their princesses in to do meet and greets, and we're going to have some princess frozen treats. We're going to be doing archery, lots of cool things. And I can't say specifically which characters are going to be here for our Fable side, but I can say if you are in touch with the Force and like lightsabers, you may want to swing on by as well to meet some of your favorite characters.
And it's, of course, tomorrow is West Virginia's birthday, and that's what you guys are celebrating there, right?
Oh, yep. We're trying to do something for everyone, which is why we're ending the day with classic band Chicago. They're going to be doing a wonderful show. It's a nearly sold out show. There are a few tickets left, so if someone's looking to do something to celebrate, one-of-a-kind way to kick off or end our wonderful birthday, I would say Chicago is going to be a no-brainer.
And you talk about iconic bands. Chicago has been around, forever. And I think I told you the story when you were first on the show. They were originally called the Chicago Transit Authority, but then they got sued by the actual Chicago Transit Authority and had to change their name to abbreviate it. And Chicago is one of those groups, Taylor, that's had so many different sounds. Everybody knows the big horn sounds, but then in the 80s, they kind of got into a little bit more of a mellow sound with Peter Cetera as their lead singer, and songs like Hard to Say I'm Sorry and You're the Inspiration, but they never got away from that big horn sound. And the great thing is when you come out and see Chicago in concert tomorrow night at the Clay Center, and as you said, there are still some seats left, they are going to do all those songs. And they're one of those groups that can't possibly do all their hits because they got too many.
Exactly. And you can ask anybody who has ever seen them perform before that they knock it out of the park every single time. They're one of those groups and those musicians who just nail it every time.
I agreed. Again, we're talking with Taylor Gue from the Clay Center. And there, again, just so many things going on, this weekend. And when we talked about it from the bike event, and today being Juneteenth, there's a parade through downtown Charleston and all these things going on at Slack Plaza in relation to that. But we want to make sure that people don't forget West Virginia's birthday and all that as well, and that's why we had you on today to talk about events at the Clay Center. But you guys always got exciting stuff going on at the Clay Center.
Oh, always. And we're in our summer months, so we're ramping up for nonstop activities. We haven't technically announced it yet, so I guess I'm telling you first.
Uh-oh.
But we have a team doing this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We have an event coming up here in July. It's going to be called Paper Pilots. And essentially, we are having this massive, large-scale paper airplane day where we're looking at aerodynamics. We're going to be launching 5-foot made paper airplanes by our education team across our performance hall lobby. We're going to have all these really cool activities and things with it. Lots of cool aerodynamics. Along with having the Bluey show, that's in the end of July, Billy Bob Thornton, Vince Gill, I mean, it's just never ending.
It is. We had a text here. Somebody wanted to know about the show tomorrow at Chicago because, one of their founding members actually passed away earlier this week. And he was a co-founder of the group, longtime saxophonist and woodwind player, passed away 2 days ago. The show is still going on, though, right?
Yes, the show is still on.
All right. We want to make sure that I'm sure they'll do something special for him during the concert tomorrow night as well. That paper airplane event, Taylor, I mean, if any one event says Steve Animal in 98.7 The Mountain Wild, Wonderful Classic Rock, one of our sister stations, we got to make arrangements to get Animal there for that because he's the guy that with Bridge Valley, does the thing, the pumpkin drop every fall. We got to get the world's oldest kid, Steve Animal, out there. Do you think you can work with our sales team and get Animal out there for that? Because man, that's something that's got Steve Animal written all over it.
Oh, we could definitely make something happen.
All right. And what's the best place for people to learn about all the events at the Clay Center?
You can always follow our social media channels, or you can go to our website at theclaycenter.org.
All right. And again, just quickly, in case people tune in late, run down the schedule of events tomorrow.
Tomorrow, if you've got young ones or you're young at heart, we've got our fairy tales and fables. We will have some of our favorite princesses, as well as characters who are in touch with the Force, love lightsabers, maybe like some talking robots. They'll be there from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then if you're looking for something more specific for maybe an adult evening night out, we've got the band Chicago will be performing at 7:30. Few tickets left for that. So if you are looking for something fun to do, you can go to our website and get tickets.
But if you want those tickets for that, I think you probably need to do that over the next couple of hours because I can't imagine that there's the only reason there are still seats left is because there's so many things going on. But they're going to be gone by the end of the day, Taylor. So people need to go to your website definitely and get those Chicago tickets and do it in the next little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of the tickets we have right now are box seats, and the only reason we have those is the show actually just allowed us to open those seats up. So there are some primetime seats that weren't available a couple months ago. So if you were wanting a front row seat, they were gone originally, and so you were putting on the back burner, you can have even better seats in our box seats.
And I have sat in those box seats, for the symphony and different things. It's a total different experience when you sit in those box seats. I mean, the Clay Center is always great. I've gone to several concerts there, but when you sit in those box seats, it's a totally different experience. So, listen, folks, if we're hedging on whether to go to the show or not, there are box seats available. And again, it's not that they weren't sold before. It's just that the promoters just released those.
Yes, exactly. And a lot of the shows will hold a few just in case they have family or friends coming out. So we get those last minute. Anytime we can release those and get, some of our community in there, we take them every chance we can get.
All right. Taylor, we'll talk again soon. Keep doing great things at the Clay Center. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So again, if you want to go see Chicago tomorrow night, box seats just became available. And you're probably thinking, well, like Taylor said, how do they just become available? Well, what happens is with a lot of the promoters and the companies is they will, as she said, they will reserve in venues like the Clay Center that have select seating. They will reserve them just in case family members want to come through, friends of the band or whatever. And then generally speaking, that's what happens about 48 hours or 24 hours, somewhere in that neighborhood before the concert. They'll contact the venue and say, hey, we've got these seats available, release them. So if you want to go see Chicago, maybe you're a person that doesn't like to be all, part of a big crowd, down on the floor or whatever. Box seats for Chicago are available at the Clay Center. Just go to their website and check it out. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants, helping to identify environmental concerns like asbestos, lead, mold, and indoor quality issues in buildings all across the state, providing inspections, testing, and accredited lab services you can trust. Check out pinnaclecorp.net, helping you understand your environment, because what you don't know can hurt you. Text says, is there going to be a birthday cake at the Capitol tomorrow? Also, are all of these events for West Virginia Day going on across the region tomorrow free? Well, some are and some aren't. I mean, I don't have the entire list. As far as a cake at the Capitol, I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but if somebody from the governor's office or somebody from our newsroom is listening right now and wants to let me know, I'm sure there will be a cake somewhere around, maybe today, because, with it being Saturday, West Virginia Day is in some circles being observed today. So I don't know, but you can. I mean, I know if there's leftover West Virginia cake, Ryan and I are here for it. I mean, we're absolutely here for it. Text says, for anyone that's never seen Chicago in concert, they're unbelievable. They are the only band that has toured every single year since their founding. That is an amazing feat. Indeed it is. I did not know that little piece of trivia. Thank you so much for letting us know that. Coming up later today, Metro News Midday, 13 News, and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and me, powered by Salango Law. We're going to introduce you to another great lunch spot from around the state of West Virginia. This time we're heading south down to Summers County to talk to a restaurant down there. TJ Meadows is going to be hanging around with us today. Jeff will have the news. Daniel Woods is here with your Weekend Sports Blitz. The legendary Bob Brunner is going to join us on the show today. Now, I've had Bob Brunner on the local show. Anytime I get Brunner on, I'll spend an hour and a half talking about news. But what he's here to talk about today, he's very heavily involved in the West Virginia Music Hall of Fame. And, of course, they're having their garden party Sunday afternoon at the South Charleston Farmers Market. So Brunner's going to join us to talk about that. And, yes, we'll kind of nudge him to talk about some news stuff as well. Always look forward to that. We're going to talk about the North-South All-Star game. The football game is tomorrow. The basketball game is tonight. The boys and girls games are tonight. Football game is tomorrow. And we're actually going to talk to a couple of players, one from the North and one from the South, coming up on the show today. Mark Curtis will stop by with political commentary. It's Metro News Midday with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and me coming up at noon today, powered by Salango Law. And this show Monday, of course, it's Monday, meaning we get a visit from Danny Jones. He will join us. Sean Hill from KRT is going to join us on the show. And Rusty Webb will be stopping by as well. I mentioned a lot is closed today. A lot of action downtown, too, with the Juneteenth parade through town and the party at Slack Plaza. Of course, the bikes live on the Levee. Pack your patience if you're coming into Charleston today, folks. Absolutely. Quick text says, Dave, I've seen Chicago 5 times, and each concert is outstanding. Thanks. All right. Well, as Taylor said, there are box seats available for Chicago if you want to go check them out at the Clay Center. TJ Meadows is here. I did not know that according to the texter, TJ, they are the only band that has toured every single year since their founding. Oh, turn your microphone on. Sorry.
Rookie. That's it. I didn't know that either. That's interesting.
There you go.
Great band.
You got a special thing you're doing on Talkline today, at least for the first 45 minutes to an hour. Talk about it.
So we have Nick Preservati here, who is all things energy for the state of West Virginia. Data centers falls under his purview. We're going to go deep here. We're going to talk data centers. We're going to talk coal-fired energy, natural gas-fired energy, transmission. We're going to talk about all of these questions that folks have around data centers when it comes to water, when it comes to local control. We're going to go really, really deep. Plus, he'll take your questions on the text line at 304-TALK-304.
And, of course, you got Steam Release, too.
Steam Release. Steyerwalt's here at 11:06.
And you're flying solo today. Mr. Wilson's on vacation, right?
Flying solo today.
All right.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
I'll be back later today with Metro News Midday, 13 News, and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and me coming up at noon today, powered by Salango Law. Back on this show on Monday, folks. Enjoy all the activities this weekend. See you later. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston and 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.